Hey Jets Knights! So this is a basic pass and cut offense for our team. Every time you pass, be sure to make a cut towards the ball to the opposite corner. Right! So also one thing to remember is a cut in front of the defense, not behind, so that the passer can pass it to you, thus creating open, easy shots. Score! Alright, so now I'm going to break the offense down step by step. The point guard will have the ball at the top of the key, represented as number 1. He will then pass it to the guard, represented as number 2, and then make a cut towards the ball. Be sure that he's in front of the defense and that he cuts to the basket. All the time when the person cuts, be sure that he looks at the passer, because you'll never know when you'll be open. The point cuts to the opposite corner, right? And replaces the center, or also known as number 5. And then just everyone rotates over. So the number 3 guard goes to the top of the key. Number 5, also known as the center, replaces number 3 and is now at the wing. And then number 1 is at the corner. Okay, so now number 2 has the ball and the guard passes it to number 4, also known as a forward. And then the 2 makes a cut towards the ball to the basket. Of course, looking always at the passer in case there are any open areas so that he could shoot. So the 2 cuts to the opposite corner, right? And then everyone shifts over. So number 3 goes to the wing, number 5 is at the top of the key now, number 1 is on the wing, and number 2 is in the opposite corner. So now number 4 has the ball and passes it to 3. And so the corner is kind of difficult. So if 4 passes it to 3 on the left side, the opposite corner would be on the right side, right? So that means that the opposite corner will be right where the 4 is. So all the time when you're in a corner and you make a pass back to the wing, you will always have to cut in towards the basket, as what the number 4 is doing, and then cutting out. Okay? So there's no cutting through the key whatsoever. Number 3 has the ball now and will pass it to the top of the key to the center, also known as number 5, and he will make a cut to the opposite corner. This part's also tricky too, because if number 3 is passing to the left side, to the top of the key, he will then have to cut to the opposite corner, which is on the right side of him, which is where number 4 is. So he will then make a cut towards the ball, right? Making sure he's looking at number 5, the passer, at all times. And then cut the opposite corner and replace number 4. The number 4 will then shift to the top of the wing where the number 3 is. So now we are going to pass and cut the same way except on the reverse side. So now number 5 has the ball, passes it to 1, and makes a cut towards the ball to the basket. Of course, making sure that number 5 always looks at the passer in case there are any open areas for him to shoot. And then just everyone shifts over. So number 3 goes from the corner to the wing, and then number 4 goes from the wing to the top of the key. Okay, so number 1 has the ball, passes it to the corner, and makes a cut to the ball towards the basket, opposite side. And then just everyone shifts over. And so now number 2 has the ball and passes it to 4. And you got to remember, okay? So all the time when the ball is in the corner, the person will always just cut towards the basket, like what number 2 is doing now, and then cut out. So there'll be no cutting through the key whatsoever. Okay, so now number 4 has the ball, and we'll pass it to the top of the key to the 3, and make a cut towards the basket to the opposite side, which is where the number 2 is, right? and number 2 will then come to the wing, and number 4 will replace where 2 is in the corner. Alright, so number 3 has the ball at the top of the key, and then we just start it over. So that's just the basic pass and cut offense play for Jets Knights, and I hope you guys understand. If you have any questions, let me know, and hopefully we will be able to get this down and be able to try it out for our future games.